Today's the day we could become a sailboat.
We are a sailboat again.
Not yet.
Almost.
Almost. Last time on Sailing Soulianis, we traveled our final 100 miles on the river.
We're almost to the ocean.
Before arriving in Mobile, Alabama.
All the way from freshwater to saltwater. From Michigan to Gulf of Mexico.
After being reunited with our mast, we gave it a good bath and made a few upgrades before getting it ready to put back on the boat. Oh, I thank you.
What are we doing?
We're running all the lines on the mast before it gets stepped this afternoon. When we become a sailboat again!
And why are we running all the lines on the mast?
We took them off because we had the mast shipped from Chicago to Mobile, Alabama. And we didn't want any of our lines to get ruined while it was in transit, and now we are reattaching our real lines and running those back through.
So show me how this works. We've got, down here is our, what line, what halyard is that?
I have the jib halyard.
You have the jib halyard.
Yep. Alrighty. We have to tie this line to the end of the jib halyard and feed it through that exit sheave right over there.
And do we have to tie a special knot?
Yes, we have to tie a bowline.
A what?
A bowline.
But that's not a special knot, and why? Because our lines are whipped, so that we don't have to tie a special heaving knot or messenger line knot or anything else.
Thanks, Linda.
Linda, the previous owner, beautifully spliced and whipped almost every single line on the boat.
I don't have bowline skills. I forgot them.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You have an Instagram photo proving you know how to tie a bowline.
That was a long time ago.
All right. Simple bowline. Line over the top, twist underneath. Your line is now coming up out of the hole. Go around behind and back down below. Pull tight. Simple bowline. We've prepped everything on the mast. We just need to put on the turnbuckles. We've installed a new internally run spinnaker halyard so that we aren't constantly annoyed by slapping halyard on the mast.
We bought a new VHF antenna. Attached the rest of the wind instruments.
Cleaned the mast. Cleaned all of our rigging.
Checked the lights, make sure they worked. And yeah, that took us the better part of 3 days.
Yeah, we were also working. And we kind of didn't know what we were doing, and we did good.
I'm still nervous.
Yeah, I hope
I've been nervous for this day, like, since we took the mast off. It was like a relief having the mast off.
Yeah.
Because our deck was clear and we were going down the river and everything was going to be hunky-dory, but then I just want it back on the boat. I don't want anything to break. I want it all
like our new VHF antenna?
Yeah. I'm hoping we can figure out how everything gets attached again. I mean, are we going to have them tune the rig even?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I read how to do it, but we learned a lot running this line internally from Wes, the rigger here. And I feel like we could probably learn a lot from him, which would be beneficial for the future rather than just struggling through it ourselves. So, and it probably costs an hour of his time, which would probably be well spent, to make sure one of the most important pieces of equipment on our boat is properly tuned so we don't die. All right, human tripod's getting tired. Let's do it.
What?
He said it's along 2 inches. Stop!
Stop!
I need the base to come to starboard more.
Base to starboard.
He's in. make sure that this is pressed down as far as you can get it.
Yeah.
Let's come in there.
Let's get this. Okay. All right. I'm
Good?
Yep.
What's that behind us? That's a mast. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Put that on the table there. Look at how blue it is.
This is a lovely gift from our boat neighbor from Wisconsin, Bruce. He said, take this with you on your trip and you can pop it when your mast goes back up in Mobile. And guess what happened today?
Wait, am I supposed to guess? Because I know what happened. It's so blue. It's crazy.
We put our mast back up today. Hell yeah.
Cheers.
The next day, we finished putting the mast back together, connecting all of the wiring, and tensioning the rig.
You get them all in?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm done.
Oh, shoot.
I told you it was only going to take 5 minutes. We got to test it now, but...
It pays to have pictures, doesn't it?
Yes, very much so. Radio. Where's our handheld? Let's go to, what, 78? Oh. It works. There. Hold that. I'll go outside. Ready to test, ready to test.
Ooh. Test is good.
I'm getting some weird feedback. I don't know if it's just because I'm so close, but...
You're 3 feet away?
Yeah, let me go up on the dock deck.
Okay.
Soulianis, this is Kirk.
Kirk, this is Soulianis. Over.
Yeah, we're getting some feedback. Does it sound clear transmission to you?
Sounds clear to me.
Yeah, I don't know what that noise is. Can you tell me a quick story?
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy brown dog.
They were both brown, huh?
Since the rigger hadn't been by to tune our rig, I decided to take a stab at it myself.
This is all starting to make sense to me now. We've got our luge tensioner here, or tensioning gauge. So as soon as I started putting a little bit of tension into the lowers, it took tension off of the uppers, and those went from 25, they're now down to 20, which is about where we want them.
That's 20 on the luge scale, which includes a corresponding table of breaking strengths for the various diameter wire it's capable of measuring.
But these still aren't quite tight enough because these have like almost no tension on them, which is okay. You don't need a ton of tension on them, but what we want to do now is we just want to make sure that our mast is staying straight up. So we are going to measure from the pin at our upper forestay all the way up to the top of the mast using our topping lift because it's in the center of the masthead. The rigger who actually was supposed to do this for us used our halyard, which comes out of the starboard exit sheave at the top of the masthead. So we were actually about a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch tighter on this side than we were on that side. So always check your work.
Okay, teach.
Or other people's work. If you want it done right, do it yourself. Something like that. Alright, so let's measure this. So you're gonna hold this here.
Got it.
Alright, so we were at 66 3/8. So closer to what we were before. Now let's go to the other side. Ooh, and we are at 66 and...
It's not super tight.
What was the other side all the way taut?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, so we're gonna go all the way taut. We're at 66 1/4. So let's go back over to this side. Nice and tight.
Okay.
You're bang on. That's 66 1/4.
Ooh.
All right, cool. So now we just need to count the turns.
On the turnbuckle?
Yeah. So the way this works, you put that guy in there. So you pull this guy here. So we're right at about 19.5, 20, which is kind of exactly what we want.
Okay.
And then if we go check the other side, should be roughly the same, but it's more important that we get the mast centered than the tension exactly the same. And see, that one's a little higher.
What is it saying?
That one's 22, but we're keeping the mast centered. I'm gonna slowly go around and add a few more cranks on these, and at least I'll feel better if Wes doesn't show up until after we leave, that the mast is not like all wackadoodle.
Yeah, because we had been seeing an S-curve in the mast, hadn't we?
Yeah, so the S-curve is gone, I think.
We ended up reasonably happy with our rig tensioning. Then, after getting the boom back on, Soulianis was looking more and more like her sailboat self, and we were ready for a break and some R&R. Right, we're all packed and ready to go back to Michigan. We've turned the boat completely inside out, and Kirk...
for me!
And Kirk's playing hide and seek. Oh man.
Don't mold! Please.
Please don't mold. It's only 2 weeks and 5 days. Both of us were really excited to spend a couple weeks hanging out with family and friends in warm houses and actually having some fun outside in the snow. Our plane ended up flying right over St. Louis and the stretch of the Mississippi River we had just traveled.
Ready to do some sledding?
I haven't done that in like 10 years.
Coming for you. Oh God. Oh. You gotta try this one. This one's like riding a rocket ship. You ready for the speed?
I don't know if I can handle the speed.
Don't get scared now.
I don't know, man.
Uh-oh. Don't hit the tree! Apparently she can't handle the speed. This is my childhood sledding hill. Coming for you! Ah! Oh! Last run. Oh man.
That was fun. Can we do it again?
One more time?
Yeah.
All right. I used to live right there too. Can you imagine being half as tall?
A few days later, we prepped for a weekend road trip to Montreal to surprise my friend Hadley for her 30th birthday and hit the slopes of Mount Tremblant. It was so good to see old friends again. We're in Nashville, on our way from Michigan back to Alabama to get back to the boat.
Oh, it's still afloat.
Is it? Is it floating? Ah! Just the way we left it.